The pre-independence Indian economy was mostly based on agriculture, with a few developing industries appearing in certain geographical areas. India was a colony of the British Empire for about 200 years, and this time had a big influence on how the economy of the nation was structured. Around 70% of the population was employed in agriculture at this time, which contributed more than 50% of India's GDP and served as the economic engine of the country. Low productivity and low yields in the agriculture sector were due to agricultural production and lack of technical developments. Famines occurred in the late 19th and early 20th centuries as a result of the British colonial government's introduction of cash crops like indigo, tea, and jute that were transported to Europe and caused a drop in food supply. Just a few industries founded by Indian businessmen made up the nearly non-existent industrial sector during this time. Since the British feared that industrialization would put British companies in competition, the British colonial authorities blocked it. Also, they put heavy taxes on Indian products, which made it challenging for Indian manufacturers to compete on the global market. In order to move raw materials to ports for sale, the British colonial authority built a railway network in India. To their own advantage, the British also made investments in infrastructure, including telegraph lines, ports, and highways. Income gap was severe during the years before independence, and the majority of people were living in poverty. The rich elite and British businesses benefited from measures the British colonial administration put in place, which resulted in a concentration of wealth in the hands of a select few. The majority of the population, including farmers and workers, were in deep poverty and had no access to essential services like healthcare and education. Mahatma Gandhi and other leaders launched the Indian independence movement, which sought to liberate the country from British colonial domination on both the political and economic fronts. The movement highlighted the value of economic independence and campaigned for Swaraj or self-rule. The Indian National Congress, a leader in the fight for independence, promoted economic measures that would support homegrown businesses, boost agricultural output, and lessen economic disparity. To put it together, the pre-independence Indian economy was mostly agrarian and characterized by low productivity, substandard yields, and lack of modernization. Significant economic disparity resulted from the British colonial government's adoption of policies that were favorable to the rich elite and British businesses. The Indian independence movement promoted measures that would support indigenous enterprises and lessen economic disparity in its fight for political and economic freedom.